Hey guys, this week's show we're going to go after some rainbow trout, and it's not exactly the ideal time of year to go after them. We're getting to real late ice. It's getting kind of scary out in the lakes, but you know what, this lake's close to home. We're right by Perham here, a few miles out, and we're going to go give it a try anyway. Nothing better to do. It's a gorgeous day. It's almost 70 degrees outside, and we're packed light today. I got an auger, a couple rods, and my depth finder. That's pretty much it. And you can see the lake. It's already starting to turn black. It's getting dangerous around the edges, so you got to be careful. You should always bring somebody with you. Bring a spud bar, your nail picks in case you would happen to fall through. But kind of this lake we're going on is a designated trout lake, and they've been stocking fish in this lake for quite a while. And we're going to go out there, and what I'm going to look for is shallow, flat areas. You know, next to, I'm going to try to find some kind of weeds, some small points. If I could find some rocks, that would be nice. But basically all these fish do is they're just feeding on invertebrates, small little prey, the same thing as crappies and sunfish do. So I'm going to go out here, I'm going to drill a bunch of holes, I'm going to move around a lot, I'm going to try to find some trout, and you know, hopefully we'll catch some big ones. But it's a beautiful day out, nothing better to do today, so we're going to go give it a shot. So we're out here after these rainbow trout today, and I was going to go over a few lure options and some bait options that I like to use when I go after them. This lake is a designated trout lake today that we're on, and you can't use live bait or live minnows, but you can use waxworms and artificials. So a couple options you got are something like this. This is a jig and wrap, and I got it tipped with some waxworms, and it does a really good job of mimicking a minnow swimming through the water. It's got that darting side, kind of big circle motion to it. And as aggressive as these trout get in the winter, this can be a really good bait. Some other bait options you have are spoons, smaller spoons like this. This is just a little Castmaster spoon, and pretty flashy. I got a little blue on there to kind of, it says clear water, so I'm going with some natural looking colors. But it's really flashy. It's got that attracting factor to attract those fish to come in, because right now they're just roaming. These fish can be anywhere in this lake, and they're just roaming around, so any little bit of attracting factor you can get can really help you out. On your rods, you need a light rod. I got a spring bobber on this one just to help. It's not that critical with trout. They usually hit pretty good, you can usually tell. But your line is a big critical factor. You want clear 2 to 4 pound test, nothing bigger than 4 pound test. These fish can see just as good as like a white-tailed deer. I mean, you got to have really light line, light sensitive line to get these fish to go. A couple other options I got here are a small plastic panfish jig. I've got a small tungsten panfish jig that'll help you get down there fast. And then these are some more small spoons, a couple different options you can look for. One's got a spinner on it, one's got a little flapper on the bottom with a glow-in-the-dark sticker. The other one's shaped like a little minnow. Just the biggest key there is attracting these fish to come in, using aggressive baits and getting those fish to come to you, because there's a lot of surface area even on this small lake. You can't possibly fish it all at the same time, so get those fish to come to you. And something else that'll help you is this artificial bait. Gulp they've got a huge supply, huge line of these artificial baits, and they stink. They work good. You know, this one's a little fry here. They're so pliable in that water and biodegradable that they swim and they act so natural, just like any other little invertebrates would. Waxworms, this is a waxworm's gulp. This one's waxies, but it's bright pink. Trout have, for some reason, they like these really bright colors like this. And pinks, greens, they all work really well out here. And this is actual trout bait. It's like a paste. You just scoop a little bit out with your finger, make it into a little ball, and just scoop it right on your hook. It looks like a little salmon egg on your hook. That can be a great way to catch these fish underneath a bobber line if you want to have 2 lines out while you're doing this. So those are a few of the lure and bait options that I look for when I'm going after these rainbow trout. I will take that. We have been working our tails off all day for this. Can't even show them to you, it's so small. That little trout, that little tiny rainbow, has caused us more pain and suffering this entire day. I can't even explain to you how happy I am to catch this fish. Oh, we're gonna get that monstrous fish back. That is the biggest trout I've caught all day. I tell you what, it's been just a horrible day. We've been trying everything we can think of, deep, shallow, in between, weed lines, rock piles, sand, everything. And it has just been a nightmare fishing all day. But you know what? We got one. It's our last time out on the lake for the year for ice fishing. The ice is getting bad, and I'm tickled. That was a perfect way. I'm happy. You know what? So you guys stay safe this year. Remember, this ice is getting bad and it's going fast with all this warm weather. So stay safe. Watch that ice really carefully. Always go with somebody else just to make sure. And just be safe. So you guys have a good one. We'll see you next week.